So Halloween's coming up, and maybe you want to run a special Halloween themed game, but you don't have an adventure yet, you don't know what to master. Don't worry, I faced this challenge for you. Keep watching and I show you how I created a Halloween themed adventure, and you can just play that, or you can use the methods I will introduce to create an adventure yourself. Let's start by generating a few NPCs, and I like using tarot cards, or in this case a Curse of Strahd Tarocca deck, to give me some random inspiration, random input to make NPCs with. For a one-shot adventure we need like 3 to 5 tops of important NPC. First one, we've got a horseman, or maybe even death. What is the role of this in our adventure? It's a necromancer. Very good, going with this horror Halloween vibe. What's its secret agenda? He's a traitor. A traitor to whom? Traitor to the miser. So maybe a noble that is not paying enough money. So let this be our first NPC. So we got Harold Gustav, a gaunt old man. He is a local knight. The village is his fiefdom. He is responsible for the village. He is secretly a necromancer. Wants to overthrow the local baron, his liege lord, with an army of undead or such. Next NPC. We got a seer. Good. What's the seer's agenda? We've got a fat monk, so maybe a spiritual agenda. Let's define this a little bit closer. Priest, even more spiritual. Let's define this further. An artifact. Let's have him be a local monk. So we got Brian Ferguson, fat middle-aged monk, local priest, tends to a shrine, guards an artifact of divination. Next. We got a ghost. Yeah, very thematic. What does the ghost want? An enchanter. So maybe he was an enchanter. He wants something from an enchanter. And a beggar. So let's say he wants something from an enchanter. What does he want? The shepherd. Maybe he wants to be shepherded by the enchanter. Maybe the players need to bring him to an enchanter so the enchanter can do something for the ghost. Maybe they are related. What's the secret of the ghost? The donjon, the high tower. Okay, we've got a ghost. Let's make this lady ghost. Rita, brickmaker, ghost of a young woman. Body is in the dungeon of the keep wants her skull brought to an enchanter so she can rest. With this, I pretty much need the enchanter as my next one. So what's the enchanter's thing? He's a broken one. Why is he broken? He's a healer, so that healing didn't go really well, I suppose. Because something was stolen. Yeah, it goes pretty well with the ghost story. The enchanter wanted to heal this Rita person, but Rita was stolen. What is the enchanter hiding? The enchanter is actually a pretty good swashbuckling adventurer. Let's make her a woman too. So we've got some men, some women in here. From her care. We got Antonia Rhodeswarden, tough woman in her 40s, is in mental anguish because the afflicted Rita was stolen from her care. Okay, final one. We've got a diviner. Let's define this further. Is also an elementalist, some kind of wizard maybe, or a witch. An avenger. So that means she wants to avenge someone or something, or maybe it's an attitude, a brand of righteousness. How does she do that? With mists. So maybe she sends mists to cloud the village. Yeah, it's already a plot. One more thing. Innocent. Let's go with the diviner. Sent a mist separating the village from the outside world and trapping everyone inside. But she is actually innocent. It is first NPC, the necromancer, was actually at fault. It needs to be stopped. And let's say that Antonia Rhodeswarden has a means to stop him if they can but bring the skull of Rita Brickmaker to her, and she can craft a mighty artifact of vengeance with that, breaking the power of the necromancer, breaking his undead, so we get some infiltration into the keep. So we got like, do we have Richard already? Nope. Richard Corner. It's like, local druid. Elder man. Cast magic mist over village, keeping everyone there. So the knight can't escape. It's a bit similar to Curse of Strahd. A bit. It's way smaller in scope though. Okay, let's make a village map. For this I just throw a bunch of dice onto the paper, and this will give me some houses, and what number the dice are gives me the size of the house. And I just mark where they fell. What I'm really interested is 1, 2 is like a hovel. 3 and 4 is like a normal sized house. And 6 is like really big, so let this be the keep of the knight. This is another big house, so this is the temple, the small church, the shrine. We've got the temple, the keep. This is a bit out of town, so this is like the home of Richard's home. Let this here be the local tavern. There's always one of those, right? Isn't there? And this is the home of the enchantress Antonia Roadrun. And this is just the important locations. There will be other NPCs. There will be other houses in town. But these are the main points of interest. And since I put a tavern here, I should probably create that tavern, or at least one NPC to man it. So this NPC will be the tavern keep. What's his deal? He's actually a conjurer. Fancy that. And a transmuter. So maybe he makes magic beer or something. And a philanthropist, someone who likes people. Why is he? He's a member of a guild. Right? So Taverners Guild could be. Soldier. Maybe he used to be a soldier. So let's call him Bartholomew. Grant. The old tavern keeper. Tough. veteran, member of the guild, likes people, uses magic to create food and drink from rocks or something. It's transmuting this. And with that, we have an adventure to work with. The PCs will come into this town. Let's give it a name. Gar Town. And the mist will keep them there. Maybe they heard rumors that there is a mist and people who go in there don't come back. If they need more motivation to go there, maybe there is supposed to be treasure there. Maybe a merchant got lost there with all of his wares, all of his money. Maybe they have relatives there. Maybe one of their friends or family went there and is missing in this fog. So they go and investigate. And they come into this town and speak to the different people. And they will find out that the druid Richard has cast this fog because the knight is raising an army of undead, and he has tortured a young afflicted woman in the dungeon of his keep to death. And the enchantress Antonia, if they bring the skull to her, she can craft an artifact of vengeance that will help greatly in defeating the knight, and then the druid can lift the fog and everything is well. And there's probably a dozen ways to die horribly, 100 ways to die horribly during this adventure. So yeah, have fun with this. Thanks for watching and goodbye.